Hey everyone, and welcome back to the Deep Penetration Podcast, the show where we dive into self-esteem, dating, and thriving in the LGBTQ plus community. My name is Danny, and I am a self-esteem and dating coach for gay and bisexual men. And today we are talking about one of the most important tools in modern dating, and that is your online profile, right? So let's be real. Dating apps are here to stay. Right? They're not going anywhere. And in a 2021 Pew Research study found that over 55% of LGBTQ plus individuals have used dating apps or websites to meet potential partners. And for many of you, these platforms are the gateway, right? To connections, to dates, to sometimes even love. But with so many profiles out there, how do you make yours stand out? So stick around, because today I'm giving you the practical tips, a little bit of tough love, and the inside scoop on what works and what doesn't when it comes to creating a profile that turns swipes into meaningful matches. So let us get into it right now. I want you to think about this. Research indicates that individuals form rapid judgments about others based on minimal information, right? Often within milliseconds. And a study that was published in Psychological Science found that judgments made after a 100 millisecond exposure to unfamiliar faces correlated highly with judgments made without time constraints. So what does this mean? It suggests that this brief exposure, right, was sufficient for participants to form an impression of somebody or something. On top of that, a survey reported that almost a quarter of individuals spend just 31 to 60 seconds assessing another user's profile before deciding whether to swipe left or swipe right. So this means your profile has to grab the attention of somebody and hold it fast. But here's the catch. While photos are crucial, they are not everything. And in my experience, profiles on dating apps with well thought out prompts and bios receive more engagement than those that just rely solely on pictures. So yes, your words matter as much as your looks. If not, in my opinion, more. And here's the thing. You may not believe it, but people want to connect on a deeper level more than you think. Almost every client that I have worked with has expressed the same sentiment. Where are all the guys that are looking for a serious relationship? And statistically, that means a higher percentage of men are wanting a serious relationship. The caveat is that most men don't have the proper tools or the resources to navigate dating in a healthy and sustainable way. Hence, why I created this episode and why I've coached hundreds of men over the years, right? I think that we need to talk about the photos first, because we all know they're the hook for most people navigating dating apps. And according to a Reddit discussion, profiles featuring multiple clear photos from different angles are considered a green flag for a lot of people. So what does this mean? That authenticity and clarity are valued by users. Let me say that again. Authenticity and clarity is what's valued by users. So here are some quick tips for nailing your photo game. The first one is clarity is key, right? It's important to use high quality, well lit images. No one wants to swipe on someone who looks like they took their photo in the shadows of the dark corner of their room. Creepy. You want some very clear photos. The second thing here is balance, right? Have a mix of solo shots, action shots, and maybe a group photo, right? But don't have too many group photos. Remember, this is your profile, not your friend's profile. And here's the thing. I always recommend having photos with friends and family to show your potential partners you have a social circle, you have a social life. And why is that important? Healthy relationships allow room for autonomy and independence. Not only that, but it also shows you are trustworthy if you have people you are close to. The third thing here is be approachable, right? Smile. Research published in Frontiers in Psychology in 2022 showed that smiling faces are perceived as more attractive and trustworthy than neutral ones. And here's the thing. Regardless of that study, smiling creates a warm environment that makes other people feel comfortable, right? So if you went on a date with someone that didn't smile and they were just like this the whole time, mm-hmm, 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 how comfortable would you feel on a scale of 1 to 10? Probably not very comfortable, right? And 1 being the least. I know for myself, I probably would feel 1 in that situation, or 0, because there's just no engagement there whatsoever, right? Let's be honest, you probably would be incredibly uncomfortable, like I said, because again, I know I would. A smile can go a long way. It can completely change the energy of a date. And here is an underrated tip. Please avoid sunglasses or hats in your main photo, right? OkCupid actually published an article that was titled How to Make a Great Dating Profile. And that suggested that individuals can create profiles or should create profiles with unobstructed photos of their face. Why? Because unobstructed facial photos usually received more attention. So that means nothing on your eyes, nothing on your head. Show your face. It's beautiful. Why wouldn't you want to show it off so other people can see it, right? So let's move on to the bio. This is your chance to show personality and spark and curiosity, right? And according to Tinder, Tinder does this thing where it's called their year-end swipe. So every year they put out a report based on the statistical information that they were able to gather, the data that they're able to gather from their app, and they present it, right? And in Tinder's 2021 year-end swipe report, members that shared their appreciation for the little joys in life received more attention year over year. And additionally, a 2021 Bustle article suggested that keeping your bio short, sweet, and authentic, just enough to show who you are and to keep somebody interested, can be incredibly effective. So what does all of this mean? Basically, the more authentic you are, the more matches you are going to have. Right. And I wanted to give you a quick formula for you to have a standout bio. The first thing is start with the hook, right? Something intriguing or funny. Some of the best profiles show the side of your personality that only close friends or relatives get to see. And why is this important? Think about it. The people you are close to know you inside and out because you've allowed yourself to be vulnerable around them. If you allow yourself to be vulnerable on your profile, you are more likely to attract individuals that appreciate you for who you are. An example of a cute profile prompt that I appreciate is something like fluent at sarcasm and making pancakes on a Sunday morning, right? It's just cute. It shows people about your personality. It shows that you have a sense of humor. It shows that you are also a homebody. It shows that you can cook. It shows that you are considerate. Like, there are so many different things that I see from that, or that I get from that, just based off of that simple prompt, that single sentence. You also want to highlight your interests, right? So share a little bit about what you love doing. Maybe that's hiking. Maybe that's drag shows. Maybe that's the perfect Spotify playlist for you. And what you want to do is you want to end with a prompt, right? So encourage some engagement. For example, you can write a prompt that says, tell me your favorite concert experience, or select a prompt that asks the person who's viewing your profile a question so they are more likely to engage your profile opposed to another profile who does not have that. And please, please, please avoid the cliches, right? Like, I love to travel, or just looking for my partner in crime. Like, everyone says that, and it doesn't tell anyone who you are. The main point here is to show somebody a glimpse of what they're going to be getting if they start to date you, right? Many apps like Hinge and Bumble and OkCupid, they offer prompts to help you stand out. And these are great opportunities to let your personality shine because that's what they're there for, right? So I wanted to provide you with some example of great prompt answers, right? So one of the prompts that I see often is, what's your go-to karaoke song? And for example, your response to something like that can be anything Britney Spears, right? But only after 2 margaritas. That shows me a little bit about your personality. It shows me some of your music interests. It shows me that you like to have a good time. That being said, you want to make sure that your prompts are well balanced. So if you talk a lot about partying and drinking and clubs and bars, that's not something that I would find too enticing personally, and that a lot of my clients would not find enticing either. There should be a balance. Another good prompt is 2 truths and a lie. I see this all the time. So you can select the 2 truths and the lie. And the reason why this is great is because it's a good engaging prompt. People have to guess which one is the truth and which one is the lie. So here's a hint. Make the lie something people want to ask about. So see what happens. See if it works. If you haven't tried something like this before, try it. And let me know in the comments if it worked. Let me know if you received any more engagement. If you're not comfortable sharing it in the comments, you feel free to reach out to me directly and let me know how it goes. The important thing here is just trying it. If you have been trying something for a little while and strategically it's just not working, it's okay to implement a different strategy and see if that works. That is the entire point of this process. Your answers should be light, they should be engaging, and they should offer a glimpse into your world. That is the most important part. Now, let's address some of the common mistakes that might be holding you back. The first one is over-edited photos. Overly filtered photos, they decrease trust, right? And authenticity. So keep it real. You don't need to airbrush the shit out of your face and post it as your dating profile photo. People want to see you for who you are. The other thing is negativity. Don't list what you don't want in a partner, right? Focus on the positives. Focus on the things that you actually want, that you're looking for in a relationship with somebody, because that shows that you are actually showing the optimistic side of your personality as opposed to the pessimistic side of your personality. The other thing here is overloading information. Keep it concise. Save the life story for a few dates in, right? 3rd date, 4th date, when you start actually dating, you don't want to save it for the first date, because the first date, that's still going to be a little bit too much overload. Save it for later. Be concise, be clear. And here's the big one. Do not ghost your matches. I have worked with hundreds of clients over the years, and the ghosting is by far the biggest frustration with so many people who are online dating. If you are not interested, a polite message goes a long way. And I've said this many times before, right? So let's wrap things up a little bit. I don't want this episode to go too long. I also have a lot of resources when it comes to dating. I have a course called the Dating for Gay and Bisexual Men, the ultimate training or the ultimate course. So you can also check that out. I'll provide the link for that in my bio, but let's wrap things up a little bit here, right? So making your dating profile stand out isn't about being perfect. Let's be clear about that. It is not about being perfect. It's about you being you. Use clear photos. Create a bio that reflects your personality and who you are, and engage with prompts in a way that sparks quality conversation, okay? If today's episode was helpful for you, if it resonated with you, I'd love to hear your thoughts about it. Please feel free to DM me. Please feel free to leave a comment or send me a direct message. You can also connect with me on all my other social media platforms. I will leave the information for all of that in the description of this episode. Let's keep the conversation going, right? I love having these conversations with you guys. And if you're ready to dive even deeper into mastering the art of gay dating, like I said, I have a link to a program, and I will provide that in the description down below. Do not forget to subscribe, leave a comment, and share this episode with someone who you feel could use a little bit of help with dating. That might be yourself. And remember, you are not just looking for love, you are looking for the right connection. I will see you next week in the next episode.